Shea Langeliers doesn't care about that. He cares about winning the game tonight. It is great to finally have you on A's Cast Live. We have actually met when I was hosting A's pregame live on NBC California. You were on your way to the Futures game, and we had you on. You're playing. Were you in Las Vegas at the time, or where were you?
Yeah, I was in Las Vegas.
And little did we know you were going to be the MVP of the Futures game.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing for you. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, just to be able to play at Dodger Stadium. Had a good time out in L.A., met a bunch of good dudes, and, it was fun playing in front of that big crowd that was out there.
Yeah, and then to think that we knew at some point you were going to come up. I mean, how tough is that? You're playing so well in Vegas. You're so eager to get up to the big leagues. You know you have to be patient, but it's easy to preach patience. How tough was it to be patient?
It's just I think especially in baseball, just as hard as this game is, you just try to focus on what you can control. And obviously, every day my job's to get better and just go out and try to win a baseball game, whether it was in Vegas and now in Oakland. So I just try to control what I can control and come out every day and try to get better and try to win a baseball game.
Could we put a better scenario in front of you than making your debut in Texas, in Arlington? You grew up not too far away. I mean, that was like you couldn't write a better script.
Yeah, it was, it was awesome. It was a great experience. All my family, all my friends were able to come out, and it was just a special moment, a special 3 days for me, and I'm very thankful for it.
All right, take us through that first AB, because here it is. We've been waiting for you, right? We, the A's fan base, we've been talking about you ever since the trade for Matt Olson. We heard that, oh, my God, this kid, Baylor, he can hit, he can run, he's a great catch. So we've been waiting. We finally get to see it. And you go up there for your first at-bat, and you swing at the first pitch you ever see?
Yeah, I was honestly, I was pretty nervous. But I thought, just best way to get it out of the way is get that first swing out of the way. So if it was remotely close to the zone, I think I was hacking almost regardless. And thankfully I got a pitch I could handle and got the barrel to it.
All right, you rip it down the left field line. Then all of a sudden, we don't see you come out of the box. We just kind of see there's like an awkward kind of stumble. What were you thinking?
So I was running down to first, and I'm watching it, and it just, for some reason, I thought it was going foul. So I kind of just shut it down for a second. I looked at the third base umpire, and he's pointing fair, and I was just like, I better get going then, because the throw's already coming in, and it just kind of first AB, first swing in the big leagues, and kind of hit panic mode, and I thought it was foul. So it was a little crazy.
I could just see it like, should I go? Should I not go? Yeah. Last thing you want to do is get a base hit and then get thrown out.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, what a moment. But that series, I know what it told for me, seeing you. I mean, I remember you ripped the ball your first day at bat, the next game to the third baseman, and then you're going Oppo Taco for the home run. It showed me how comfortable you got, but what did it tell you that first series against the Rangers?
Yeah, I think the big thing was just getting comfortable. But, when I started putting good swings on balls and hitting balls hard, it's just that extra confidence that you get from that. And, that kind of carries over to the next day and the next day after that. And you just build off that confidence and you get more and more comfortable in the box.
Well, you definitely look comfortable. And then how'd you feel coming here to Oakland? Because this is the first time you got to see the Coliseum.
Yeah. I felt good. I think, like I said, it's just getting comfortable and sticking to my approach at the plate. Try to dial down the swings at pitches out of the zone. But, other than that, it's just all about focus and sticking to my approach.
We did a deep dive on you. We went back to Steve Rodriguez, your old head coach. I played against him in college when he was at Pepperdine, of course, and he was the head coach of Pepperdine, had you at Baylor. And so we had him on, and I kept saying, all right, tell me he can play something other than catcher. Because right now, hell, I'll put you at shortstop. If I had to say to you tonight, and I'm grilling Kotsay on this, but Kotsay on this all the time. If I had to say to you tonight, you're not catching, you're not DHing, where would you feel most comfortable out on the diamond?
Probably either first or third base, or maybe one of the corner outfield spots. I played a little bit of first base in college, and then at the alt site in 2020, we were just trying to fill spots when we were inter squad, and I played a little bit of right, a little bit of left, and third and first. So I guess one of those positions.
Well, I think about third. With your arm, you just got to knock it down and throw the guy out at first, right? And you know how to block balls.
Yeah. I mean, it's the hot corner, so it's mainly just reactions. So if I can keep it in front of me and get the throw off.
Fran Reardon, your manager down in Vegas, when we had him on and we were talking about all the guys down there, he mentioned about you. He said, watch out, he's fast. StatCast says he's fast. We got to see it on the triple. Did you know you broke our triple streak?
Yeah, they told me about it after.
81 straight games we went without a triple until you got the triple. Tell us how speed is a big part of your game.
Yeah, I think going into this year, one of my goals was to get around like 10 bags in AAA. Obviously, I didn't get to that, but I think that's just one of my underutilized tools. Is I wouldn't consider myself a burner, but I can run a little bit, and as a catcher, pitchers kind of just take you for granted on the base path. So if you could take advantage of that and pick your spot and be able to take an extra base, it's better to do it than to just shut it down and stay it.
You're right as a weapon because most people you see, oh, he's playing catcher. Yeah, because you can run. I mean, we're not saying you're like, a 40-yard dash and we're put you in the NFL combine, but yeah, you can run a little bit.
Yeah, I think, just like I said, it's just, always looking for that opportunity within reason to take that extra base and, just give your team that advantage to get an extra run across on the board.
What's the big league moment where you just go, wow, I'm here?
Probably just that first day when they announced my name on the lineup in Texas, and I heard all my family, all my friends start screaming, and just kind of looked around across the stadium. It's just like, wow, this is really cool. There's they always talk about the extra deck and all that type of stuff, and you just kind of look around the stadium and take it all in, and it was a cool moment.
Well, if you think about it, most guys on the road who make their debut, the home crowd goes, who? I don't know who the hell this guy is. And you got your own section. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I'm thankful. I grew up like 20, 25 minutes from there, so it was a pretty easy drive for family and friends. And a bunch of my friends down in Waco from Baylor came up just because it's not too far of a drive. And like you said, I kind of had my own little fan section for those couple days.
And when you look at what you got support-wise here now, to have a guy, a two-time All-Star like Stephen Vogt, to have Sean Murphy, how have they helped you since you've been here?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm very blessed to have those guys around. It's just I can ask them anything or about anything and everything. It's just whenever they talk, I'm just like a sponge. I'm trying to take everything in and learn from them. Watch everything that they do, how they prepare, how they work with pitchers, just stuff like that. And it's just to have two guys like that around you at all times is you're really lucky to have that.
It's so different catching now. Ray Fosse, our legendary broadcaster player, won 2 World Series with the A's, who passed away. We talk about how in the World Series they'd have 3 relievers. You now have a whole boatload of guys. So you had to learn all those guys in Vegas. Now you got to learn all the guys up here. What's that like as a catcher, having to learn so many guys, what makes them tick, what they like to do under pressure? How tough is that?
If the first time catching them in a game, it could be pretty tough. But, as soon as I got up here, I try to get out for pitcher stretch as much as I can. Just talk to them about their pitch arsenal. Like you said, learn about their personalities, what they like to do, stuff like that. And once you get to know the guys, you get that comfort level. And then it just makes the game, you get into that flow state that much easier.
One of the reasons why I asked you about playing another position is DHing. It's an art form. And usually DHs were guys that were older guys who knew they couldn't play defense anymore, but they could still swing it and they want to still play. Young guys are not really DHs. You want to play defense, and I think that's better for your offense. But since we know you're going to DH at least a lot down the stretch here, have you developed a routine yet? Because there's a lot that goes on between every at-bat. What do you do?
Honestly, I think when I'm DHing, the catcher in me comes out a little bit. It's hard for me to check out of the game and just relax in between at bats. So when we're on defense, I'm kind of locked into what Murph's doing out there. Just the situation. I'm watching Osmus with the the running game signs, and just trying to pay attention to all that so that when I do catch, it's just I'm on top of it, and it's that much easier when I get out there.
Yeah, the more you think about it, how long Osmus played, you got a bazillion catchers around here to help you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. It's just you can ask those guys anything, and they got the answers.
Hey, I've heard crazy stories about DH, and like guys would take showers in between. I've heard about a guy would go in a sauna.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to keep your mind, because there could be an hour between your at bat. What are you doing? So there's something, whether you're hitting balls in the cage or hitting off a tee or riding a bike, just keep the blood flowing. It's interesting how people develop different routines.
Yeah, I mean, for sure you got to stay loose, but for me, it's just I think it helps me just to keep my brain going, to stay locked into the game, and like I said, let that catcher come out a little bit and just kind of mentally run through situations and pitch calling and the running game signs and all that stuff.
Well, let me tell you this fan base is juiced to have you here. We've been waiting. It's been wonderful to watch you. It's good to get to know you. I hope you and I do a lot of these interviews over the years. We'll talk to you again later in the season, spring training, but just know this. I mean, it's got to feel good that there's a whole fan base that's just been waiting to see you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy to be here. I'm just ready to get after it and ready to try to win some baseball games.